Yo, it's your boy Crazy Shot Josh. You already know the vibes. We here to talk about that game last night with the Green Bay Packers versus the Washington Commanders. It was an ugly football game for the Commanders. It was not fun to watch, not fun to see. I mean, the Packers just dominated from their offense, their defense. Jordan Love out there like a top 5 quarterback. Tyler Kraft, aka Mr. Kraft Mac and Cheese. They had no answer for him. He was just everywhere on the field. We're going to get into the Jaden McDaniels. Is he having a sophomore slump or what? Are the Packers pretenders or contenders this year? Are they making the Super Bowl? Are they better than the Eagles? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about everything from last night. Then we're going to talk about the NFL slate. You know, we're going to talk about some best bets. A little bit of WNBA talk. But right now, we're going to tap into the Commanders and Packers game. That was a very crazy game to watch. The Packers ran a zone-heavy defense. And with this zone-heavy defense, Jaden Daniels looked at lost, confused. The man was in a straitjacket, in a 4x4 cell, in a padded wall. Couldn't go left, couldn't go right, couldn't do nothing. They couldn't run the ball. The run game was not there. Jay McDaniels couldn't scramble because all the eyes were on him, so it was hard for him to get up out that pocket. Green Bay forced him to, if he scrambled, it was to the left side. Green Bay made sure to shut down the whole right side of the field for him to scramble to the left side. Austin Heckler, unfortunately, got hurt, so if you have him on your fantasy team, you might want to drop him. I think he's going to be out for the season pretty much. That's cooked. Sad news. I don't wish injury on no players. Speedy recovery for Austin Eckler. Jordan Love was diamond everybody, all his receivers. He said, you get a touch, you get a touch, you get a touch, you get a touch. The man was reading a book in the pocket. The man was cooking breakfast, lunch, dinner. He was back there chilling. He had all the time in the world. Micah Parsons, oh, boy, that brother right there, that's a bad man. That man was playing the inside, the outside. He was generating pressure between him and Rashawn Gary. That D-line the Packers got was dominating. And I mean dominating. They were taking the food off of the command display of the linemen. I mean, they were mushing them out the way. Move, get out the way. Felt like I was looking at a Ludacris video from the early 2000s. Man, it was some scary hours. Jaden Daniels, he didn't know what to do. So the schemes that were being presented, right? They were great zone schemes. So basically, everything was in front of the Packers. Jaden Daniels could not throw deep. He could barely throw in the middle. It was nothing but underneath routes and check downs. So that's all he really had. They were struggling to score points. They were struggling the whole game to put up points. While the Packers were putting up points like it was nothing. Like it was easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby. Do I think the Packers are the best team in the NFC? No. I still believe the Eagles are a better team than the Green Bay Packers. I also believe that the Philadelphia Eagles is going back to the bowl and they will be back-to-back Super Bowl champions as long as they're fully healthy. When we are talking about these two teams, quarterback, Eagles, Jalen Hurts, better than Jaden McDaniels. When you want to talk about running backs, what's his name? The rookie, I think his name right now. Come on, Saquon clears. That's not a conversation. Now, when we talk about receivers, we talking about A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith going against Deebo Samuel and Scary Terry, a.k.a. Terry McLaurin. You already know the Eagles got the better wide receiving core. Now, about tight end. Dallas Goedert is better than Zach Ertz. Talk about O-line. Eagles have debatably the best O-line in football, if not the best O-line in football. Advantage the Eagles again. The Packers. When we talking about D-line, I'm still giving the edge to the Eagles. We talk about linebackers. Now Now, that's what gets a little tricky, but I'm giving the slightest edge to the Eagles. We talking about secondary? Yeah, they ain't a conversation. It's the Eagles 100%. So the Eagles are still a better team. They're going to meet in the, what do you call it? The NFC Championship game, and I'm giving it to the Eagles 100%. I still think the Eagles are a better team. But let's look at some stats and get to the film of last night game, man. Cause this game, Jay, it was a bad game for you, good brother. Let's look at Pro Insights. Let me put this on the screen so y'all could see what I'm looking at right now, so we could look at this together. Kasim Nixon recorded 5 passes. He defended against the Commanders, most of any player in a single game since the start of 2024. And he only allowed 1 catch for 9 yards on 6 targets as he was nearest defender. Jordan Love averaged 14.5 air yards per attempt, more than a yard higher than his previous career high. No, this is insane. The Packers held the Commanders to their lowest single-game explosive play rate and success rate, 30% of Jane Daniels' career. Wow, the Commanders only had 2 explosive games last night. Before tonight, the previous single-game low with Daniels as quarterback was 5. And here we go. Michael Parsons, one of the baddest D lineman, hybrid linebackers in the game right now, currently top 5. That I don't know why the Cowboys traded him away. Who knows? He generated team high 8 pressures. He got half a sack on 37 pass rushes, 21.6% in the second game. He was on the rookie tackle Josh Corney Jr., he had a long night. Jordan Love finished 9 for 15 for 170 yards, and both touchdowns came against the Commanders' blitz. So when the Commanders were blitzing, Jordan Love went 9 for 15 for 175. So the blitz did nothing to Jordan Love. He had all the time in the world. So on throws of 10 plus air yards against the blitz, Love finished 6 for 8 for 144 yards and a touchdown. For you advanced stat nerds, that's 10.7 EPA. His air yards per attempt was the second mark by Love in the game in his career by 2.7 yards. And he was at his best target in the intermediate area, 10 to 19 yards, finished 7 to 8 for 130. He was 2 of 7 for on 6 yards of deep throws, 20 plus air yards. So as we can see on this chart right here, the green means he's completed, the white is incomplete. Basically, he was looking good, basically, as you can see. Pause. So, after utilizing man coverage at the 5th highest rate in NFL last season at 38.9%, the Commanders stuck to that tendency in week 1, and they were doing on 42.2% of dropbacks, which was a terrible idea as we saw Jordan Love basically torch them in this man defense. That was not a good idea at all. I don't know why they stuck in man defense. Only they know why they stuck in man defense. Rookies accounted for 20% of Commanders' combined offensive snaps played last season, the second highest share of any team. So basically, the Commanders' rookies were getting a lot of start time. Ja'Cory Crosskey Merritt played on 19 of Commanders' 65 offensive snaps in week 1, 29.2%, but saw only 11 carry and targets across the limited time playing. His only target he did not catch, but he did manage 82 yards and a touchdown on 10 carries. And he was 30 plus 39 rushing yards over expected. The Commanders' offense used pony personnel, which is 2 halfbacks on the field together. Oh my goodness, that's insane. On a league high 89 slaps last season. They scored twice and gained a league high 69.1 yards when doing so, resulting in an average of 7.8 yards per play, the second most among the 26 offense used the pony personnel on multiple plays. In week 1, the Commanders deployed pony personnel on 4 snaps, totaling 11 yards. Let's see what else we got here. That's important. Micah Parsons played on 29 and 65 total defensive snaps in week 1, his first game as a Packer, 44.6%. Let's see. These are very good insights. Amazon be like, ugh. The Commanders linebackers aligned 3.8 yards off the line of scrimmage on average last season, third fewest in the NFL. Tyler Kraft mac and cheese. He recorded 26.2% target rate at the red zone since the start of 2024 season, 83% higher than his targets rate in the field. His 8.3 increase in target rate in the end zone is the ninth largest in NFL over the span, and has helped secure a team high 7 touchdowns, 60 targets in that area of the field. Okay, let's get to the film, which everybody wants to always see the film. Uh, let's see. Let's look at some stats, man. Jay McDaniels had a 57.1% completion. Jordan Love had a 61.3. EPA for Jay McDaniels was in the toilet. Jordan Love had 21 pressures. Jordan Love had 16 pressures. Excuse me. Jay Daniels had 21. Let me see. Tyler Kraft ran 26 routes. He was targeted 7 times for 6 receptions and 8 touchdowns. He had a total of 124 yards. And we're going to look at all his targets. We're going to look at his targets. Shout out to all the 6 people that's in here right now. I don't understand how this man is this wide open. I don't know where all these guys, they all worried about the wrong thing right now. Tyler Kraft mac and cheese, the Kraftmeister, should not be this open. To get that much space, to get that much of a game. I just want to say that the Commanders linebacker corps is mucho galante basura. Look at this. Look at this. This was a big play. Let's rewind this and see how this even happened. Because he hit him right up the steam. So, Tyler Kraft. Again, well, he did get a little pressure off the edge. So, then he had 2 tight ends, obviously. And he went straight up the seam. Nobody covered him. And let him get all them chunk yards. Wow. That's insane work. Like, come on. Like, what? I don't understand the logic that's being used right now. Like, again, just wide open. Nobody. Nope, he missed that one. He was open. That was just a bad throw by Jordan Love. Jordan Love should have threw the ball better. Look at this. Oh, get off me! You can't guard me. Told that man he can't guard him. Get his weight up. Need to be eating his Wheaties. Get back in the weight room, little boy. Like this. Just look like that, man. I don't know. It looks like man. Nope, this definitely is zone. This is a bad idea. Yo, Kraft mac and cheese is just getting open. And Jordan Love is hitting him right on the dot, right in his hand. He has all the open space, all this rack. No wonder why they were getting demolished. This linebacker corpse is terrible. Jordan Love, look at that. Unscheduled throw, running out of pocket, scrambling for his life, trying to avoid a sack, and still find Tyler Kraft. I don't know why they're playing so far back over Matthew Golden. Look, open. That's a dot! Like, I just don't understand who they're covering. If you had Tyler Kraft, Mr. Kraft Mac and Cheese, for fantasy, shout out to you. Because he went crazy. 119 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, he went crazy, man. That man did his thing. Like, the Redskins, not the Redskins, I'm sorry. The Commanders had no answer for him at all. Josh Jacobs ran the ball 23 times for 84 yards and a touchdown. Zach Ertz also had a big game. He led in yards. Debo led in receptions at 7 for 44 yards. Zach had 6 receptions for 64 yards and a touchdown. Debo also had a touchdown. But we're going to look at all these pressures that Jaden Daniels is up against. Again, the zone defense. It looks like it's going to be a 4-man rush. Actually, it's a 5-man rush. Notice how they all kept their eyes on Jaden Daniels. Nobody turned their head, looked around. Nobody was scared of him. Nobody was scared of his receivers and his weapons. They only scared of him and what he could do. Let's watch it again. It's a 4-man rush. 1, 2, 3, 4-man rush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-man rush. Everything's basically bottled up. There's basically a man everywhere he wants to throw the ball. And because all the men are bottled up because they're in zone coverage, again, everybody's looking at who? Jaden Daniels. They ain't looking at nobody else but JD5. And because they all covered, he can't find. They're not going into the holes of the zone. It causes what? A collapse in the pocket. Well, not a collapse. The pocket did collapse, but he found Heckler on that little route right there. On that little check down route. Again, 4-man rush. JD5 just overthrew that. That was on the receiver. That was a bad play. Excuse me. Any new cameraman. What he be again? That was a crazy catch by Scary Terry. Crazy catch. Bobbling the ball and he still caught it. Get another 4-man rush. Zone defense. Oh no, never mind. That was. Let's see. 4-man rush. Oh, come on, JD. The Packers scheme made JD5, Jaden Daniels get in the tough throws, uncomfortable throws. He couldn't scramble. They made him be very indecisive and not know where to go, where he's going, or how to go. When you have all the eyes of the defenders, all of them looking at you and only you, and not respecting your receivers that much, they worried about containing you, and they know they can contain you because they're keeping everything in front of them. You're gonna have a long night. The Packers defense will be a top 3 defense in this league. And I between the Vikings defense, their defense, and Eagles defense, I think those are the top 3 defenses right there in the league. I think the Broncos could move into that discussion, but for right now, those are the 3. I think the Chargers could move into that discussion too. Look at this. Look at and because everything's so bottled up, he's holding on the ball longer than he needs to. Why are you looking at the scoreboard? Nobody wants to see the scoreboard. Oh, these edge rushers are insane. This D line, man, they just taking his lunch. Just like taking the brother's lunch. That was a horrible throw. And then that was in a double coverage, basically. Whoever this cameraman is, they need a new cameraman. I don't know what this cameraman is doing. JD5, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Man, Zach Ertz turned back the clock for this game. That man was running for his life on that play. This was the battle of the tight ends. Matt LaFour's play call, offensively, defensively. Shout out to the DC and the OC of the Green Bay Packers because they put together one heck of a game. I did not expect the game to go like the way it did last night. I thought it would be at least close. I thought it would be more competitive, but the Packers just dominated. Micah Parsons shot at a cannon on that play. Four-man rush zone. Everything in front of them. You get these quick little passes off that's in front of us. That ain't going to be much gain. And ultimately, I don't think Jane Daniels adjusted well at all. I don't think he knew. I ain't going to say. He was confused. This was a hard game for him. Pause. You're playing against his own defense. You're not finding many soft spots in his zone. For the most part, this game was close, but then ultimately it just got ugly quickly. It was GG's. Whoop, whoop. If you hit out your parlay, shout out to you, man. This game was very weird. Let's check out the NFL slate for this Sunday. Go to ESPN.com. I think Jordan Love will be a top 10 quarterback this season. I really believe that he will be a top 10 quarterback this season. Let's see, NFL. Joe Flacco's. Alrighty, let me show you how to slate. Wow. All right, first game. Okay, got you on stage now. First game, we got Jacksonville versus the Bengals. which should be a high scoring game. They got the over under 49.5. I would take the over. We all know the Bengals don't have no defense, is non-existent. That franchise does not play defensive players. They do not pay players at all. All their money is tied in currently to Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Pretty soon to be Chase Brown. And they should be tied to T. Higgins. But he's basically on a 1-year deal. They finessed that. A lot of people keep saying T. Higgins can be a number one. I don't believe that until I see him on a team as a number one option. I don't know. When you playing with Jamar Chase and he's getting the majority of attention, it's real easy for you to look like a true number one. So for me to say that he's a true number one, I have to see him physically do it. Jacksonville and Cincinnati, I expect that game to be very high scoring. Neither one has terrible defense. I believe Jacksonville's going to have Travis Hunter mainly playing center. And I think Jamar Chase is going to destroy him. Top 2 receiver in the game right now. You can argue he's the best receiver in the game. Yeah, he's about to have a long night. I don't think any defenses are going to get stopped. So it's just going to be basically a shootout of a game. Then we got a division game. Cowboys and Giants. The Giants are mucho caliente basura and are essentially in the running for a top 5 pick once again. A lottery pick once again. I expect Dallas to dominate this game ultimately. 5.5. Dallas over under 44.5. Yeah, I expect Dallas to dominate this game. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to have a monstrous game. I think he's going to have like 5 receptions for 100 yards. I think George Pickens is going to come alive. What I mean by that, I think George Pickens is going to have a better game. I'm going to say he's going to have 4 receptions for 85 yards. Chicago versus Detroit. Now, this game is very interesting. Now we get to see which team is worse, the Bears or the Lions. Detroit is favored at 6.5 points. The Lions at Detroit by 6.5, over under 46.5. This is another division game. I don't know why the NFL has all these division games between week 1 and week 2. Insane work. I expect, I'm not gonna lie, this might sound a little nasty, but I'm taking Chicago in this game. You got Detroit losing their 2 best coordinators. They did not run the ball well. They don't look like who they were. You got Chicago's head coach, the former coordinator from the Lions. Yeah, I expect the Bears to actually win this game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I would go under 46.5 points. Los Angeles versus Tennessee. The Rams versus the Titans. I'm going to take the Rams, obviously. Tennessee is not really good at stopping the run. Cam Ward, his receivers need to learn how to catch the ball because they were not catching it. We got Rams 5.5. I would have bet the over 41.5 points. I would bet probably the over on that game. We got another division game. Battle of Mid. Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots. I'm taking my Pats 100%, even though Miami is a 1.5 favorite. I think I was about to say Mac Jones. This is crazy. I think Drake May comes out. The offense looks better than what we saw. Travion Henderson is going to be running the ball a whole lot better. I think Stephon Diggs is going to be better. I think the whole team is just going to play better. There is some injuries in this game. Let's look at New England slide. New England will be missing top of 2. Christian Gonzalez, their top corner, the best corner in the league, if you ask me. He will not be playing Sunday for the Dolphins. And backup, and Nardia and Keon White will not be playing. And Morgan Moses is out. No, Morgan Moses is questionable. I'm sorry, I take that back. So, yeah. And the linebacker coach is calling defense because our defensive coordinator, Terrell Williams, he has a health related absence. So yeah, I'm still going with the now the middest game of the year. I'm hammering the under this 40 and a half. Spencer Rattler versus Mac Jones. Oh my goodness, this game is about to be boring and in the horseshoe. Mucho galente basura. This game is about to be a trash can of a dumpster fire. Um, I'm taking San Francisco. They're just a better team. Spencer Rattler is garbage. If I'm not mistaken, their DN is out. Then the linemen's ruled out versus the Niners. Let me see who's exactly not playing. Let me see if we get injuries. About to be the battle of the trash cans. Chase Young is not playing, and Trevor Penning from the Niners, from the Saints is not playing. I believe that the Saints need to start their rookie quarterback. Throw in Tyler Soul, see what you got. I mean, y'all not making the playoffs. That's cooked. Y'all not winning division. That's cooked. You guys are in the running for another a lottery pick. So I say throw out Tyler Soul, see what you got. Because Spencer Rattler, he ain't it. He's mucho galente basura. Straight trash. Dumpster juice. This is where you throw in the rookie, see what you got, see what you can do. We got another division game in the AFC East. Buffalo, New York. Buffalo's favored by 6.5 over under 47 points. What's up with all these division games? What the NFL got with these division games? First 2 weeks, these are crazy division games. In this game, I'm taking Buffalo. I expect this game to be low scoring. I'm taking under 47.5. We all know division games, how they go. Buffalo's clearly the best team in that division. Yeah, I'm expecting a low scoring game. Justin Fields with the RPOs and the read options. I expect him to go out there and do good. Seattle and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 2.5 favorite over under 40.5. I'm taking Seattle. Pittsburgh just had a dogfight with the Jets, which is insane work. I would never thought that day would come. I'm taking Seattle. I think Pittsburgh is going to struggle against the run, so Kenneth Walker is about to have a field day and run all over them. Cleveland and Baltimore, another division game. Baltimore, 11.5 point favorites. Yeah, I would take Baltimore. I mean, it's Lamar, explosive offense. Cleveland's defense is a little shaky, but it's a division game. That go either way. Then we got Denver and the Colts. Denver is a 1.5 favorite. I'm favoring Denver. I think Bo Nix is going to be diamond. Indiana's secondary is shaky. Yeah, give me Denver. Carolina, Arizona, that should be another mid game. Two mid teams. They got Arizona 6.5 favorite. I would take Arizona. I would hammer the over. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. Bryce Young is mucho galante basura. Kyle Murray is slightly better, not much better if you ask me. I think Trey Benson and Trey Benson and James Conner is gonna run all over them. I think Marvin Harrison is gonna be. They don't have good linebackers. I don't think they're gonna cover him well. But yeah, give me Arizona. Then we got the Super Bowl rematch between Philly and Kansas City. Philly's a 1.5 favorite over under 47.5. I would take the over for the points, for the point total. I'm taking Philly. Kansas City looks very suspect. I know week 1 in Brazil, they did not look good versus Chargers. Chargers dominated them. Philly is a better team, better defensively, better offensively. I'm taking Philly. Then we got Arizona. I said Arizona. Atlanta versus Minnesota. Minnesota's a 3.5 favorite. Over under 44.5. Um, I'm taking Minnesota. I think that game did a lot of confidence for JJ McCarthy. I think he comes out swinging. Him and Michael Penix Jr. That should be a good game, good fantasy game too. Also, Tampa Bay and Houston. Houston's 2.5 favorite. I'm taking Tampa Bay. I'm taking my boy Baker Mayfield. Y'all are going to respect him. Houston did not look too good opening day. Yeah. So I'm taking Tampa Bay. And then we have another division battle of the AFC West with the Chargers and the Raiders. Raiders 3.5. Chargers 3.5 favor, my bad. Over under 45.5 points. I would take the under. It's a division game. Yeah, Chargers are better. The Raiders are mucho caliente basura. They barely beat the Patriots. We should have won that game, but yet things happen in life that we can't control. Shout out to the 9 people that's in here. Thanks for showing up and supporting your boy. Don't forget to if you haven't already, make sure to go to YouTube and follow me at Crazy Shot Josh Universe right down there. And this thing right down there, Crazy Shot Josh Universe right down there. You can follow me on Instagram at Crazy Shot _ Talk Sports and on TikTok at Crazy Shot Josh. I do go live on TikTok and it's a lot of content. I cover all the sports, NBA, WNBA, and NFL. You already know the vibes. And there's even college football too. We're gonna get into college football too. We're gonna go to a little bit of NBA talk, a little WNBA talk. My bad, because it's something very interesting that I want to talk about that I found on Twitter, and I was having I wouldn't say argument, but a slight disagreement with somebody over Asia Wilson and Nafisa Collier. Nafisa Collier, who I believe is the MVP of the league and who is the best player in the league. I believe that she clears. No, that's nasty. I'm not gonna say she clears, but I feel like she's better than Asia Wilson. I think she has a better season. I think this is season where I could definitively say she was better than obviously Asia Wilson. Um, yeah. Let me see if I can find a tweet. Where is what I'm looking? Oh, bookmarks. Oh, here we go. Both of these women are phenomenal women. They both have strong cases for MVP this year. I put this on the screen so y'all can see. So these are their numbers for this season. As we all know, Asia, I believe she's leading the league in point. She's leading the league in points, blocks. Somebody told me it was rebounds. Somebody lied to me. But she's leading the league in points and blocks, basically. That's what she's leading the league in. Nafisa Collier is number 2 in points, literally right behind her. The only reason why Nafisa Collier is not higher is because obviously she got hurt in the season. We all know how that goes. Rebounds, she's 12. Steals, she's ranked higher than Asia Wilson, but I think they're tied at 1.6 apiece. Blocks, she's 5th. Field goal percentage, she shot better from the field. 3-point percentage, Asia Wilson shot slightly better. And free throw percentage, obviously, Nafisa Collier. Now, the reason why I have Nafisa Collier as the MVP and the best player in the league this season, when you look at what she just did, she did 50, 40, 90. She is the second person between Deladon in W history to do this. On top of that, she's the first player in W history to have 50, 40, 90, be in that club and average 20 plus points. On top of that, from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, I feel like she was more impactful than Asia Wilson. I feel like she was just better because before she got hurt in the first half of the season, Nafisa was leading in points and rebounds. She was leading in those statistics. I don't know if I do remember that. I don't know how long she did, but I do remember that. I could be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But Asia came out the gate sluggish. She did not have as much impact on winning as Nafisa Collier did. Yes, the Aces went on a crazy, what is it, a 15-game win streak, I believe. If I'm not correct, if I'm wrong, let me know. But they went on a 15-game win streak. The problem I have was the Asia Wilson, the Las Vegas Aces were losing games. They were about to be out the playoffs. They had to crawl and fight their way back in the playoffs. And Asia wasn't impacting winning. Yes, she was putting up great numbers, big numbers, eccentric numbers. She's putting up all these numbers, but they weren't translating the wins. That's the problem I'm having. Now, the second half of the season, you give it to Asia Wilson, even though I still think it's a conversation with the Nafisa Collier because I think she finished out strong to close out the season. But my MVP, once again, is going to be Nafisa Collier. That's who I think is the best player in the W is. I think offensively it's close between the two girls, but I'm giving a slight edge to Nafisa Collier because I think she's a better passer and playmaker. Offensively, I think Nafisa Collier is better. Defensively, it's close, but you give it to Asia Wilson. I understand. I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not going to give you too much pushback. But when I look at these two players, it's 1A and 1B. Right now, it's hard for me to clearly edge out one over the other. I think Nafisa Collier losing in the finals, she came out with vengeance because she was on a hot streak. The girl was doing historical things in the beginning of the season, the first half. She was coming out swinging. Yes, she did get hurt, and the team was still winning games, but I'm not going to penalize her because her team's good, like most people are. But these two women, phenomenal season, phenomenal players, 1A, 1B. But I have Nafisa Collier the MVP. If you think Asia Wilson deserves it, I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to give you too much pushback, but I'm going to disagree with it. When we talking about awards, my depoy this year is Gabby Douglas. I'm thinking of the wrong sport. Gabby Williams of the Seattle Seattle Storm. That's my depoy. Most improved player, I'm gonna say Alicia Gray over there that plays in Atlanta. We all know who Rookie of the Year is. We don't even need to talk about that. We all know it's Paige Beckers, and she clears Caitlin Clark once again. And now, Coach of the Year is tricky. I have to reevaluate some things, look at some numbers, because I don't have a clear answer for you who I think Coach of the Year is just yet. There's a lot of good options out there. And the Sparks had one of the highest scoring seasons in offensive outputs and then make the playoffs. I found that very interesting. Angel Reese, I think she needs to demand a trade and leave Chicago Sky because that organization is clearly incompetent. Chicago hasn't been relevant since Derrick Rose. They have not been good since. They haven't been good at winning championships since Michael Jordan back in the day. Yeah, Chicago ain't it. I don't know. Their major sports are very fluky, and they don't know. In my opinion, I believe that Angel Reese is going to leave. I believe she's more impactful than Caitlin Clark, and she's a better basketball player than Caitlin Clark. Yeah, I said it. I'm saying what y'all scared to say. Yeah, we're having a conversation. But let's get to y'all know what time it is? Best bet time. What y'all thinking? FanDuel. If you got some bets that you think I should look at or bets that you personally like, don't be afraid to put it in the chat, man. Talk to your boy, man. Let's see today's slate. NFL. I personally don't like division games, so I'm staying away from all division games. So, but that's me. I feel like division games are evil. The Rams and the Titans. Puka Nuka. Let's see props. Passing props. Player TDs. Matthew Stafford, I think, is going to go over 20 and a half passing completions. Again, Tennessee is not a good defensive team at all. Let's see. Let's see rushing props. Because I like Karen Williams. I kind of like Cam Ward over 12 and a half. With that defense, I think he's going to have to run with the football. He's going to have to make plays with his legs. Let's see. Rushing plus receiving. No, that's too high of a line for me personally. Let's say receiving props. Oh, Puka Nuka 82 and a half. That's a high line. Ooh, let's look at their receptions. Puka Nuka for 7 receptions. Ooh, that's kind of high. Where are the all receptions at for him? There we go. Oh no. I think Devontae Adams is gonna go over this line. I think they're gonna be too worried about Puka Nuka over there. That's college. You don't care about that right now. Deal with that later. Another game that I really like this game because I feel like no defense is about to be played. And you already know with no defense being played, that means Joe Burrow 3.5 touchdowns is nasty, insane work. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's insane. And they are a very pass heavy team. So, oh my, 83 and a half. I like T. Higgins over 62 and a half. I like that one. I like Bo Nix for completions. Oh, this line jump. But it's risky, but I would take that one. So we got Cam Ward over 12 rushing yards, Devontae Adams over 58 and a half, Stafford over 20 completions, T. Higgins over 62 and a half, Bo Nix over 21 and a half completions. Those are best bets I personally like. Again, you don't have to take them if you don't want to. It's really dealer's choice. But those are like ones I personally like. I don't like division games, so the slate is kind of ugly to me. And Carolina and Arizona. it gets tricky with. See, this is the problem with this game, right? You got James Conner and Trey Benson. I don't know who they're gonna use. The Panthers are dog crap defending the run. Bottom of the league, one of the worst. But I don't know if James Conner's gonna be the main back or Trey Benson. Because I think they split it. It was 12-8 James Conner favor when it came to the rushes. So I don't know how it's gonna be between those two. I would take personally, I'm leaning toward more James Conner only because of his catching ability. I feel like he's gonna be on the field more than Trey Benson. But I think Trey Benson is the more powerful runner, so he can go over his line as well. But that's a very tricky game right there. Shout out to all the 10 people who are in here right now. Why you ain't tell me I had this on the screen? I was yeah, crazy. But yeah, these are the ones I like. Cam Ward over 12.5 rushing. Devontae Adams 58.5 receiving. T. Higgins 62.5 receiving. Bo Nix over 21.5 completions. Matthew Stafford over 20 completions. James Conner and Trey Benson, once again, it's tricky between those two. I don't know how to differentiate or which one I'm favoring more towards. I'm giving James Conner the edge only because of his catching ability and coming out the backfield. But Trey Benson is the more powerful runner, the stronger runner. Excuse me. So I don't know how that's gonna go. But I think both of them are probably gonna go over the line. I don't think Kyle Murray's gonna have to throw the ball much in that game. The Panthers can't stop the run, so I expect them to run the ball a lot. Let's see college football real quick. Because there was a college football game that I did like. That Georgia and Tennessee should be a good game. UTEP versus Texas, 40.5 spread is insane. College football, we have some crazy spreads, boy. You know, Texas A&M and Notre Dame. We all know Notre Dame likes to run the ball. All right, that's enough of that. I don't even see anything I like on the college side. Big slate. Saturday, I'll be talking. Saturday, I'll be watching some of the college games. I'll be talking about that next stream. Sunday, we're gonna be tapped into the football game. Follow me on X if you're not already tapped in. I live tweet while watching the games on Sunday. I'll probably have a stream. I have a stream Monday recapping everything that happened on Sunday and also predicting my predictions for Monday Night Football, which I already know, guaranteed stream on Wednesday and Thursday. No, I'm sorry. Thursday, Friday, guaranteed streams. Make sure y'all tap in with the boy. Make sure y'all follow me. Anything sports related you want me to look at or talk about, holla at your boy. If you want to be on the show, be a co-host, be a guest, DM me. Y'all know where to find me on all my socials. Crazy Shot Job Universe on YouTube. Make sure you hit that sub button and subscribe. Instagram, Crazy Shot Unshot Talk Sports. Make sure you follow your boy. And on TikTok at Crazy Shot Josh, I host daily lives, sports related lives. You already know the vibes. Feel free to come in there, join, just follow me. My Twitter is at Crazy Shot Josh, X, Twitter, Bird, whatever you want to call this thing. I really don't care what it's called these days. But yeah, make sure y'all tap into that. Make sure y'all follow me. You can find me on all the social media platforms, General Vibe. Shout out to all the 10 people that's in here right now. It looks like y'all all are from X. Shout out to y'all for being in this live, supporting the kid. Make sure y'all subscribe to me. Make sure y'all rewatch the stream. But yeah, I'm up out of here. Everybody take care. Have a good day. I will see y'all probably more than likely Monday. If I don't have a stream on Monday, there will be a stream on Thursday. So make sure y'all tapping in that, man. Y'all enjoy y'all day, man. Y'all know the vibe. Man. I'm out of here.